This moment is perfect. I remember the first time I heard somebody say that, and there was certainly a dialogue that arose within me that counteracted that, and like, well, no, this moment is not perfect because I'm in a lot of pain and ... There were so many things in my life at that time that did not feel perfect at all. And I now realise that I was kind of missing the point. This moment is experienced in its purity if we're present and aware. But this moment is also experienced through thought. If there's any thinking going on, then whatever the content of the thought is what we'll experience. And actually, when we're thinking, we're not experiencing this moment. We're actually experiencing the past or the future, even if it's just a few seconds ago or even half a second ago. The minute there's any dialogue, it has to be in reference to something. And so, yeah, we're not actually experiencing this moment then. With presence, then we have a direct experience of this moment. And in my experience, that's always pleasant. This moment is always perfect. It's experienced as perfect when all the dialogue falls away, when there's a still mind. There's nothing telling you how this moment should be, and the purity of this moment is always felt, in my experience anyway, as very gentle, very expansive, and there's almost like a warmth and a bubbling potential quality to it, like a magical, exciting array of possibilities, and there's so much kind of aliveness in that, vibrancy, when there's presence. And so you do experience the perfection of this moment, and it's so much more beautiful and enjoyable to experience that. So in any given moment, you can just let go of your thoughts for a moment, pay attention to the room you're in, to the space that you're in if you're outside, and just notice through your senses, what can you see, hear? Just pay attention, and then notice what else are you aware of, and then you open up into a fullness of experience, into presence, and then that is just so, such a beautiful experience. And we can live our life from here, like the eternal moment. You haven't got to leave this moment to think. I know it's a strong habit, and thinking may still happen sometimes, but I think it gets less and less as you make it a priority to let go and be here now. Obviously, certainly in my experience, a meditation technique has been essential to redirect my attention back onto this moment. So I come back into awareness and away from the thoughts, away from the identification with the thoughts. And then they quieten down, the mind quietens down for you. You haven't got to do anything else then. You just simply practice your meditation, and little bit by little bit, you open up into an experience of presence, and then it stabilizes so that you can actually live in this moment and then experience the perfection. Because any concept of this moment is perfect, I know for me, I just didn't relate to it. And I think it can be quite a harsh thing too, actually, if you're trying to be in the perfection of this moment and you're just not feeling it. If there's thoughts telling you it's otherwise, then you're obviously going to experience whatever the thoughts are telling you. You haven't got to try and force this. Just get curious, get excited. Well, if I can experience that this moment is perfect, if I can experience the magic and the joy of it, do you want that? Because if you do, go for it. It's absolutely possible. You've just got to find the technique and be willing and practice it every day. And it's inevitable, because being present and experiencing this moment as perfection, it's very natural. It's your birthright, and anyone can have it. So if you want it, if you're excited by this, then go for it. The ascension techniques as taught by the Bright Path Ashayas are the techniques that I use, and I think it's a really fast path, very effective. And so if that lights you up and you really want this, then if you've already got the techniques, practice, share, use the teachers. And if you haven't, then you might want to learn, because they're incredible. They're very accurate, and structured in such a way that it just naturally brings you to presence so simply and easily. And yeah, for me, it's just made my life worth living. It's made my life full and rich and exciting, and there's always more. So I'm just excited to live, to be alive, and it's not always been that way for me. So yeah, if you want this, if you want to have the experience similar to what I'm having, but your own version of it, and to live from presence, if that lights you up, then yeah, go for it. Find some techniques and go for it. And if you go for it in a one-pointed way, or go for it in any way, shape or form, actually, you'll get it, because it is your birthright. It's natural, and you haven't really got to do anything. It's just coming back. It's an undoing, really, so that you can just come back to self and be who and what you are, and then you'll experience this moment in its perfection.